The Los Angeles Dodgers have signed the top free agent this offseason, Kyle Tucker, to a 4-year, $240 million contract, paying him $60 million a year, second only behind Shohei Ohtani in average annual value. The contract has opt-outs after the second and third year, but it's hard to imagine a scenario where Tucker would leave that much money on the table to leave a team that is probably going to keep winning World Series and signing the best players available. Tucker has been one of the best hitters in the game going back to the last 5 seasons, and his lesser numbers from this past season can be attributed to him playing through a fractured hand for several months. He's a decent outfielder that won't hurt you defensively, especially during his next 4 years of play. He can easily steal 20 bases and will probably hit 30 plus homers in the star-studded LA lineup. There were a ton of rumors on the offer to Tucker by the Mets, who reportedly offered a contract that would have paid him $50 million over 3 to 4 years, and the Blue Jays also reportedly had a long-term deal that could have reached 10 years. But I see no scenario in which a player would turn down $60 million a year to play for a team that just won back-to-back World Series and already addressed their biggest weakness this offseason by signing another player who was the best available at his position in Edwin Diaz. Last year we saw Blake Snell pull the move that fans compared to Kevin Durant ring chasing by signing with the Warriors in 2016, but Tucker's signing I think puts him at the front of that narrative. This signing is absolutely going to put calls for a salary cap front and center when the league and players negotiate a new CBA after this season. Realistically, any team can afford to sign a player for $60 million a year, but you can count on one hand the number of teams that can afford to sign a player for $60 million a year and also be paying all of the other players on the Dodgers roster. And that's not even getting into the luxury tax penalties. The Dodgers can sign the best players for basically any amount of money without much risk or penalty other than more money. As a Mets fan, I'm not going to be hypocritical and say that we need a salary cap, but it's hard to see an argument against one other than that players deserve to be paid what teams are willing to pay for them. The Dodgers were already World Series favorites before this offseason, and they've signed the best closer in baseball and now have the best overall player available in free agency. And if that wasn't enough, they were just voted to have the best farm system by MLB executives. That's why all of these free agency moves work. LA does all this spending while also developing players at every position on their roster. You can't just spend money and expect to be good. Just look at the Mets. The Dodgers can do both, and that's why they're favorites to three-peat as World Series champions.